episode of Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Red7. Red7's a quick card game that's kind of like a cross between Flux and Uno, I guess. It's really the best way to describe it, I think. The game is designed by Karl Schudick and Chris Cieslik. Sorry if I've got those wrong again, pronunciation. It's a quick 2 to 4 player card game based on numbers and colours and being able to change the rules, and there's only so many things you can do on your turn. But I don't want to give too much away as usual, but let's go and have a look at Red7. So guys, this is Red7. Everyone would start off with 7 cards, and there's a rule in the middle. So I will start off by saying the main rule is you have to be winning at the end of your turn, and then it goes to someone else. So at the start, like I said, everyone will get 7 cards, and there will be a rule in the middle. The rules are, there's a list here which comes with a colour reference guide. I would say as well, it's based on sort of numbers and colours, so you know, highest number, valuation of sort of highest colour with the reference guide here. The colours generally will only break ties. There is other cards that will mean most of the colours, and then you would break ties with who's got the highest numbers, things like that. But so violet would be the least valuable colour, and red would be the most valuable colour. So a violet 1 would be the least valuable card, and a red 7 is the highest value card, hence the name Red 7. All cards will also have rules on them as well, which you can play here to change the rule, which I'll go over in a second. You know what you can do on your turn, and changing the rule basically means, you know, it would help you then win at the end. And the rules are, well, a red card is highest card wins, orange card is most of one number wins, yellow most of one colour wins, green most even card wins, blue most different colours win, indigo most cards in a row wins, that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and violet most cards below 4 wins. Okay, so let's basically just see how we go. So we always start with red, so like I said in here, so it says red is the highest, highest card wins. So you're currently playing red colour. Each player would have his own deck of cards, like I'll show you here, and you would get a card dealt in front of you. So highest card would be this one. This is just a 2-player game, by the way. Highest card would be this one, so this player would go first. On his turn, he still currently, as you can see, he's currently playing red. So having a look at all his cards here, he hasn't got a very big variation of colours, I would say that much. And he can't beat the 7 either. Well, but what he can do is, because on your turn you can either say I had a higher coloured 7 than that, I could play that down. So you can play a card to your palette. This is classed as your palette, or sort of your own discard pile, as it were. But they like to call it a palette for the theme of the game. Or you could play a card to the canvas, which is there. So that would then change the rule here, so most of one colour. Obviously we would kind of draw him, that would make him win, but you can also play a card to your palette and then play a card to your canvas on the turn. So you can either play a card to the canvas, or you can play a card to the palette, or you can play a card to the palette and the canvas. As long as you're winning at the end, you can do either of those 3 things. So in this instance, most of one colour wins. I've got 2 blue, he's only got 1 indigo, so therefore I am winning. That would be the end of my go. And what I would also say is, because I've played a card to the palette that is a higher number than the cards that I have, I would also draw a card. This is in regards to the advanced rules, which I would play, because the other rules are simply, there is no so the simple rules is there is no drawing cards. You simply just play your cards strategically until whoever runs out of cards first or can't go is the loser, essentially. So yeah, that's basically how the game plays. The only other thing I would say in regards to that is every odd card, so a 1, 3, 5 and 7, all have a action symbol at the top, again for the advanced rules only, but that's how I like to play with it. So the actions mean, let me just get a note of some of these here. So sorry, 1 second, just want to make sure I get them in the right order. There we go. So this little symbol here would mean play another card from your hand to your palette, and you can still discard to the canvas if you wish after you finish playing to your palette this turn. So these rules are non-optional, they must be done. So if you play a 5, you have to also play another card from your hand to the palette. But you can then discard a card to the canvas if you want to change the rule after that. But it's just something that has to be done. If you play a 7, which is one here, and there's the symbol here, it's like a card with a cross in it. Discard one other card from your palette to the canvas. Must be a valid discard, as it becomes the new rule. This means that you must be winning with a new colours game. So if you play a 7, you have to discard a card from your palette to there. That is the rule of the 7. There also is a rule of the 3, which means you draw a card from the deck, which is always a good one because then you have more cards to work with. And 1 has a rule: take a card from another player's palette, place it face down on top of the draw deck. You may not discard the player's only palette card, so if they've only got 1 card you can't take it from them, but if they've got 2 you can take 1 and put it on top of this draw deck here. That is basically the rules of Red 7. There isn't really much to go through other than that. There is like a scoring mechanic at the end. I don't really use that. It basically means first to 40, well if you're playing 2-player, first to 40 points wins. I just kind of like to play first couple of rounds, but in regards to the points, so just for example, this obviously wouldn't happen because of the very little cards that are here. Say these were the cards that went out, the very last rule, nobody else could go, but the last rule was highest card wins. This player would win because he has a 7, he would take that 7 and that 7 would go towards his points that turn. Not a very well thought out scoring mechanic, I would say, but in regards to if you just play it like I do, as in best of 3 rounds, best of 5 rounds, whatever you want to play, it certainly works out a lot better that way. Anyway, let's go and take a look about what I thought of Red 7.
So everyone, what did I think of Red 7 overall? I think it is absolutely brilliant, I really do. I'm going to put it on the same level as Love Letter, for me personally. Anyway, I really like Love Letter, but it's not the same type of game, but as far as like portability, play it anywhere, most people's going to like it. I'm going to put it right up there with Love Letter. I really enjoy Red 7. I've got to give it to the designers, got to give it to Asmadi, and got to give it to the artist as well. I mean, it's not very, you know, it's not very quirky, it's not very anything, but it's got a good look to it, and it sort of catches people's eye. The fact that it can fit in your pocket as well and just go anywhere, like I said with Love Letter, like things like that, absolutely love it. This gets 2 massive thumbs up from me. Anyway, I completely love this game. Anyway guys, thanks for watching another episode of Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Catch you guys later.